So I really enjoyed making this episode. I dove into a lot of limiting beliefs that a lot of massage therapists have, regarding money, what they charge, the idea of being overbooked, being bad for you, bad for your clients. I know I talk about these topics a lot, but really understanding your relationship with money, what you charge, what you make, and what you're sacrificing with your personal health, your lack of freedom, and just being able to help more people if you don't start believing more in yourself, what you do, and making that switch to actually solving people's injuries, being a true solutions provider. So we dove into a lot of those topics today, really covered how to make more money, how to get more clients, and how to get them to buy more often. So I really hope you enjoy the show. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Soft Tissue Revolution, where we teach massage therapists on the verge of burnout a new treatment method that allows them to cut their session times in half and easily double their income. Thanks for stopping by and listening to the show. My name is Dr. Matt Maggio, and if you haven't listened to the show before, I really appreciate you coming in and checking it out. I got a really good episode here. I've been thinking about this one for a long time and just really wanted to share it. Just a couple housekeeping notes before we get started. I get some messages from people that really enjoy the podcast, and they kind of get funny when I talk about money or business, and they're like, hey, just stick more to the treatment side of things and the injury evaluation and things like that. And yeah, trust me, that is the most important part. That is the foundation of anything, and it is the most important part. And I cover a lot of that on my Instagram, on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere else like that. So I really talk more about the injury side of things on those platforms. What I really wanted the podcast to be was something where I could talk more about the business side of things. So many people shy away from the business side of things, money, sales, marketing, and all that. And they wonder why their business is struggling. And they usually think it's like an internal problem for themselves. They just need to do more training and more treatment. If you build it, they will come. But there's two components to everything. Yes, you got to get really fucking good at what you do and crush it. But you also got to have ways to get people to know what you do and spread the word. I always say, if they don't know me, they can't flow me. And that's what I want to really do on these podcasts, is really help you with the marketing side, with the sales side, with the business side, maybe even help crush some of your limiting beliefs on money. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to do today. So as the title said, the average monthly income, I looked these numbers up, and this was as of 2019. So this might not even include like post-pandemic numbers. They might be even worse. The average monthly income for massage therapists is $4,751. That is the median. So there's people that are there, there's people that are below there, and there are people that are above there. In all honesty, I believe that number can easily double and really triple by learning to work smarter, not harder. I talk about this all the time. So let's get into it. Let's just talk about our relationships with money. Money is like so visceral and so emotional for people. And all money really is it's just a transfer of energy. It doesn't need to be emotional. If you're providing a service, you're providing value, people transfer that energy for that. That's why we save money, so we can buy value from other people. And we always feel weird about our pricing, what we charge. We feel bad. We're like, oh, I don't want to charge too much because I want to make this affordable for everyone, and I want them to have access to my care. And I don't really care about money. That's what you tell yourself. I've been there too. I'm like, money's just money. I really care about doing good. But you have a duty and obligation to make as much money as possible so you can help yourself and you can help other people. At the end of the day, think of all the dumb shit that your clients, that I might spend money on. And think of all that. And is any of that really bringing me value? If you're providing a truly amazing solution for people's pain and you can help them from bigger problems down the road, fuck, that is worth so much more. I always say, price is what you pay, value is what you give. Like that. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. So you might be listening to this podcast and you're like, well, this one's not for me. I'm well above $4,700 and $4,751 per month. So this one doesn't really apply to me. So that's awesome. I'm glad you're making more money than the average. And I'm sure you worked your fucking ass off to get where you are. But the question I want to pose to you is, how much are you sacrificing for that money? Could it be your personal health, the time you're putting in, your body, your mind? Are you working nights? Are you working weekends? And when I say nights, I don't mean you're working overnight. I mean you're working evenings till like 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. How much time are you missing with your family, your loved ones, your spouse, your partner, your friends? Are you ever able to take a vacation and take some time off? The idea of like leaving your practice for more than a week, does it scare the shit out of you? And what's it doing to your body? Is your body beat to shit? I talk to so many massage therapists and we are the worst. We're just all hypocrites. I'm the same way. Working in soft tissue work and body work, we are the worst fucking hypocrites in the entire world. We preach to people the importance of self-care and taking care of themselves and getting treatment and all that. And we are the worst at getting it done. We don't make it a priority because we're too fucking busy to do the things that we need to do. So if you are one of these people and you're listening, you're like, well, I'm making 8, 9K a month, maybe even 10. What are you giving up for that? What are you at? Where is your body at? Where's your mind at? Where's your spirit at? Where's your elbows and your joints and everything like that? Because you're not going to last forever. I always call busy, booked out massage therapist practice like the golden handcuffs, where it's good right now, but you ain't going to be able to keep up that pace forever. And you know it. You're redlining it and you're not going to make it, but you're thinking very short term instead of long term. And that's why I want to teach you how to work smarter, not so fucking hard all the time, because you guys are beating the shit out of your bodies. I've been there. I redlined it for way too long. I was seeing 100, 125 clients per week, blew my neck out, had to take 8 months off. So that's the problem. If you keep going where you are, you're like, oh, I'll deal with this. Eventually I'll get the treatment that I need. Eventually you fall off. And when you fall off, you're done. You go to zero. You might go from 10K to zero. Then you're fucked. And I don't want you to be in that position. So example of someone that I coached and I trained with, they're doing pretty good. They were making anywhere from like 7.5K to 9K per month, which is awesome. That's way above the median income of $4,751 that we talked about. But the problem was they're working 8 to 10 hour days, 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. They're always physically and mentally drained, and they couldn't do anything with their family, couldn't do anything. So it's like, yeah, you're making good money on paper, but when you break that down 8 to 10 hours, what it's taking away from you physically and everything like that, it comes out to like you're making like 20 or 22 bucks an hour. And that isn't a whole lot of money, especially with what you're sacrificing. You'd be better off going and working a desk job or doing something like that, because you're not going to sacrifice your health and your wellness. I mean, sitting at a desk will definitely sacrifice your health, but it just takes a lot out of you. And another side note, I put all these side notes in here. I made some notes today too, because I tend to ramble on too much. Side note, selling your time for money will never last in the long term. That what I talked about earlier, the golden handcuffs. And you're selling your time for money, but eventually that bill is going to come due. And the compounding interest of what it does to your body, what it does to your mind, what it does to your personal space, that bill is going to be way more than you're getting now. And if you're not getting the type of money you need now and you're sacrificing your health, you're going to be in big trouble. What do they say? The average massage therapist, I think they last like 4 to 5 years because they just redline it and they don't take care of themselves. You got to take care of yourself. Make your health a priority. I've talked about this all the time. But if you can't free up time, you're like, I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to eat right. I don't have time to go to the gym. I already said workout and gym. I don't have time to get treatment. Like, eventually you're going to have to deal with that and make it a priority. And if you're so fucking busy and it's destroying your body, you're not going to last. So, little honest truth for you. What you're doing as a massage therapist, a quality hands-on soft tissue treatment specialist, and the treatment you're providing is 10 times more valuable than any other conservative care treatment out there. And I've talked about this all the time. I went to chiropractic school. Chiropractic adjustments don't do anything. They're actually pretty worthless. In the long term, I only focus on soft tissue treatment. That's why I believe in massage therapists. Don't even get me started on physical therapy. People are like, oh, you bash these professions. Yeah, I kind of bash them, but if we have something that's way better, why the fuck would I even want to recommend that? I always say chiropractic and physical therapy is like a BlackBerry. We're like an iPhone 12. We're on a whole different level. But the problem is you're better than all those other people. Oh, yeah, you didn't go to school as long, but school doesn't teach you jack shit. It doesn't teach you how you are. But if you were as good as those people and you are better than those people, then why is the income less than $5K a month? There's a disconnect there. In all honesty, if you truly believe your product is the best around, then you need and deserve to make more money. Once again, let me repeat that. If you truly believe that your product is the best around, you need and deserve to make a lot more money. In all honesty, if you don't believe that, then invest in getting better. And I have free training for that. And it's a great first step to go. But having that conversation, if you believe you're the best at what you do in your area, you deserve to get paid. You deserve to get paid way more than chiropractors, way more than physical therapists, because you're providing immense value. But there's a disconnect there for your clients and what you do. And you get stuck in that commodity trap. I talked about that on the last podcast. Go back and check that out. So at the end of the day, we need to make more money. Money buys you freedom. Money buys you security. Money buys you peace of mind. So there's 3 ways to make more money in your existing massage business. Number 1, get more clients. You're like, oh shit, that's not for me. There's no way that I can handle more clients. And I talk to people all the time like this, and they say, yeah, I am booked out for months. I see this all the time. It's like fully booked out. Get in now or never get your chance. I saw someone the other day did like a countdown, like bookings go live in the next 20 minutes. Like you're fucking selling concert tickets or something like that. In all honesty, being fully booked out, and I've talked about this before, isn't a badge of honor. And I know they taught you that in massage school. And they're like, get your book fully booked out and then you can have comfort and you have everything like that. In all honesty, yeah, it is creating comfortableness. I think that's a word. It's creating comfort, but you're afraid to go further and you're really limited at who you're going to be able to help. A therapist I worked with before, he said, anyone that puts a limit on their growth puts a limit on how they can actually help people. Number 2, comes back to the money side. Charge more per client. Imagine that. Raise your prices, because if you have amazing value, you're better than the chiropractor, you're better than the physical therapist. You're going to save them from surgery, a lifetime of pain. Charge more money. Here's a fact. People that pay more, once again, people that pay more value the care more. And did I write this word right? And on inverse levels, when you charge more, you believe in yourself more. A little win-win there. Number 3, get the client to buy more often. Repeat buying more often. If they're like just coming in once a month, they're not buying as often. And I teach the idea of solve a problem for them and give them a treatment plan. That's what we do in the peak method. So basically what we do is we have, in my method, the peak method, we have people come in, we do a very thorough functional evaluation. Based off of that, we get the client to commit to 2 appointments per week for 4 weeks. And those appointments are less than 15 or 20 minutes. I know that doesn't sound like it will work for you and you could never imagine that. And you're like, my clients will never go for that. I'll go over that soon from where we go. But basically what we do is we get people to buy more often because you're actually solving their problem. So when they buy more, you charge more, you have more, you make more. But then you're like, there's no way I could do this. I can't add this in. So let me do some math here. Let's just say you're a really amazing therapist and you're doing awesome. And you can do 30 sessions a week and you can charge $100 per session because you're awesome. So that ends up being about 5 per day. And say you're doing an hour long, but you're working really hard. You're on your feet your whole time. You're doing a lot of just direct hands-on work. You're having to change sheets and linens, and you're having to work 6 days a week. At the end of the week, you take home $3,000. That's awesome. But what did you give up for that? What did it do to your body? What did it do to your mind? How did it affect you physically? create a lot of damage. Like I said, you're making money in the short term, but this is not long lasting. So here's my system in a nutshell, the peak method. We have 5 hours per day available for treatment. Only Monday through Friday. Isn't that awesome? Only Monday through Friday. No weekends, none of that shit. Because in all honesty, when you're providing solutions, people will work around your schedule, and the treatment and follow-up times are much quicker too, so it's easier for people to get in. We do functional-based treatments with lots of time doing tests, measuring, palpating, and communicating, and then delivering treatment. With this model, and in all honesty, really in any market, you can charge at least $60 per visit. No bullshit. And we've tested this and we've done this with other therapists. This isn't just me. I'm not some unique snowflake. You can charge at least $60 per visit. And the model that I teach and I share is you'll be able to see at least 3 people per hour, because at the end of the day, when you're working as a solutions-based treatment, you work smarter, not harder. So you work for a 5-hour chunk. We don't have you change linens. We don't have people derobe. We don't do anything like that. It's a very functional-based, hands-on, detailed treatment that gets to the root cause and fixes stuff. None of the full body stuff or anything like that. It is a whole different type of treatment. It is a solution-based treatment. So with that model, I think I did the math. Now you're making $4,500 per week, and you're getting to help more people. And we start off by getting people to come in twice a week for the first 4 weeks. Now they're coming in more often, and they're buying more often. There we go. Plus, for you, you're not going through the motions anymore. You're solving people's problems and helping people resolve their injuries. Because at the end of the day, this is just the honest truth. More people would rather have an improvement in their performance than just recover better or relax. And there's a need for relaxation and all that, but performance-based solving injuries is a whole different market that has not been tapped into by massage therapists, because the model that they're doing takes too long. It's stuck in that whole idea of commodity and things like that. My system totally changes all this. And at the end of the day, this is a model that will keep you in the game longer. You'll be able to help more people, and you'll make a true impact in so many people's lives. Now, I know change is very uncomfortable, and you're afraid to make that change. I get it, because it does seem too good to be true. You know, when I reach out to people and I talk to them, I'm like, hey, we'll show you how to cut your treatment times in half and double your income. They're like, that sounds like bullshit. I understand it sounds like bullshit, but there's other people that we've done it with. We've shown it with other massage therapists. Once again, I am not a unique snowflake. This is not special to me. It is a tried and true system that helps you work smarter, not harder, make the kind of money that you need for freedom, work the hours that you want to work, not nights and weekends, and get taken fucking seriously as a healthcare provider. There's a nutshell. That's an infomercial right there about what my system can do. Even better though, I got a question from a massage therapist next week. I'm going to do on the show. It was a Q&A, and they agree with me on the shorter sessions and making more money, but they're really afraid to make the switch because they don't think their clients will go for it. So I'll lay out the exact plan and model we use to make that change. That's all I got for you guys today. I went a little longer than normal, but this is a topic that's really important. Taking care of yourself, understanding that you can't keep redlining it. You're working way too hard, not smarter. Your body is getting sacrificed. What are you giving up for all that? And getting yourself ahead of the other people, ahead of chiropractors, ahead of physical therapists. So go grab the free training. We got a seminar coming up here in my home state of Iowa. It's on lumbar and hips. It's at the end of the month. Go grab that seminar. Go grab the free training. All the information is in the show notes. Change your opinion and poor mindset around money, and understand you need to make as much money as possible because you're providing amazing fucking work, and people can spend money on a lot of other stupid shit that doesn't work. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. Thanks so much for listening. If you want help on the path to being able to double your income, all while working 50% less and being taken seriously as a healthcare provider, I have some great resources for you. Number 1, get access to our free training modules and introduction to my system, the Peak Method. Number 2, subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Soft Tissue Revolution. Links to all of this can be found in the show notes. Lastly, if you like the show, please leave us a 5-star review and share it with others that you know it could help.